Welcome back to my channel, and today's video is a crystal Christmas wonderland design. Again, I'm using another one of the glitters from the Nail Team advent calendar. So I've got Lottie all prepped, and I have applied the gems stiletto tips, and I have kept them the length they are. So I've got a nice long stiletto design in this video, and now I'm just using the Perfect Nails clear acrylic and going in with my thin clear base, and I'm going to do that on all of the nails, and then I can get going with the design. So to start off with, for colour, I have got Bubbly. This is one of the colour blend acrylics from Glam and Glits, and it's a beautiful icy blue. So I'm working on the middle finger first, and I'm just fading that down from the tip, just halfway down the nail, halfway-ish. Or even further. I do tend to cover the natural free edge with a acrylic colour, so that's just me. Don't think I needed to particularly with this design, but it's just the way I do things. Just adding a touch more at the tip because it was slightly patchy, and then I'm going to go in and do a full nail of this colour on the pinky. So next I'm going to use the Mermaid Angel Mylar pieces from the Nail Team. This is sort of where that crystal look to this design comes, and I'm going to be placing this at the tip of the index finger and the ring finger. Now, Mylar pieces can be quite big, all different shapes. Some of them can be a bit folded over and wrinkled, so I do prefer to use very wet beads of acrylic, small ones, and just a small amount of Mylar at a time, and then use my brush to really move it around and place it. But what I also do is tip just a few flakes out onto my kitchen towel or whatever, and just sort of spread them so I can see the different size and shape pieces. And then where I've got a few little gaps, I go in with a wash of acrylic and then pick up pieces to fit from that pile, because you can see it better than if they're all in the pot. I do tend to take my time when I'm working with Mylar. I just think it's worth it to take a bit more time and get the placement and get it all patted down and get the coverage where you want than rushing it. Because of the design, I didn't mind if there were a few little gaps, but I wanted as much coverage as I could. And then I do recommend letting it set slightly before moving on, because the last thing you want to do is do the next step and move the Mylar around when you've just taken time placing it. and I feel this is definitely better with acrylic or hard gel. So this is glitter number 7 from the Nail Team Advent Calendar. It's a beautiful mixed holographic light blue. It was one of my favourites, and I knew straight away what I wanted to use this one with. So I've gone in and I'm going from the cuticle down, just fading ever so slightly over that Mylar. It doesn't need to go down very far because I am going to add something else in the middle. So I'm keeping this nice and thin because obviously it will need encapsulating, and as I said, I am going to be adding something else. And I'm also going to fade it down on the middle finger, just over top of where that coloured acrylic starts. Now, I didn't keep the thumb in this design, but I think I did that as a little bit of everything, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But I'm pretty sure I didn't keep it in. We could be surprised, and I did, but I'm sure I didn't. So I'm going to do the same and fade this down on the middle finger, and then I'll be back with you. Even the ring finger. So on the pinky, I'm going to be using that glitter again, just because I love it so much. I wanted lots of it, but I'm gonna frame the nails. So I'm just doing little beads and then putting it all around the edge. So starting at the cuticle, just a little line, and then bringing it down the side walls. And then I want the middle of the nail just to be the coloured acrylic. I got this idea from a set I saw Sarah from Sarah's Nail Secrets do recently. She did it slightly differently, but she used a glitter, I think it was a glittered acrylic, and did that all around the edge of a nail, and I loved how it looked, so I thought, oh, I will use that in this design idea. It looked really pretty. It's a different way of adding a bit of sparkle to a nail without fully covering it, and instead of doing sort of a fade or a swoosh or something like that. I was going to do the same on the thumb, but then I changed my mind and did everything. So we got all the base glitters applied, but now I wanted to add some of the Aspen leaves. This is from the limited edition Autumn Leaves collection, and this is a beautiful mix of sort of blues, lilacs and pink leaves. I tried to pick out the more bluey coloured leaves to go with the rest of the design, but where some of that Mylar hits the light you get other colours, so I didn't mind. And I've just popped those in the middle where the glitter and the Mylar meets on the index and the ring finger. So once all of that glitter is laid and I'm happy with it, I'm going to cap all of these nails in clear acrylic, and then I'm going to file them, and here they are. And already they are looking pretty good, but we just need to add a little bit more if this is going to be a true crystal Christmas. So giving them a good clean, as I always do, this will start to give you an idea of how they look, because you get a little bit of that shine. But now we're going to bling up that middle nail. And so I've got my Perfect Nails glue gel. What I had on that tray that you couldn't quite tell was a little Christmas tree charm, which I found in around amongst wherever with all my Christmas crystals. And then I'm going to use a selection of blue clear AB Swarovskis and crystals in various shapes and sizes, and just create a crystal centerpiece. So I'm starting with the tree. Once I'm happy where that is, I'm going to flash cure, and I do like to flash cure every now and then, just because it holds what I've done in place and I don't have to worry about it moving around and ruining the design. And then I'm just going to continue to build up the design. So it's big crystals first and then fill in the gaps as and how I want to. I never really have a plan going into it with my crystal placement. I say this all the time and it's true. I just start with the big shapes or the bigger crystals if that's what I'm using, and then build it around here. So I went in with a star snowflakey type crystal, and now I've got a couple of teardrops that I'm going to faff with for what feels like half an hour, and then just keep flash curing and building the design. So instead of waffling on, I'm going to let you watch, and then I'm going to come back at the end and we will top coat these nails. So once I'm happy with all my crystals and the design, I will give it a full 60-second cure, and then I'm going to go in with my Perfect Nails top gel, bring this design back to life. On the index finger and the ring finger where I've got that Mylar at the tip, I'm just going to swipe the brush underneath. This really helps to give it that glass effect, bring out the shine, bring out the see-throughness, just adds to it. And to get in and around those crystals, I will bring out my little detailer brush so I can get right up, right into any little gaps without going over top of the crystals, because that would ruin them. Now these are a mix of Swarovski and other crystals. Obviously we all know the big news about Swarovski, and that sometime in the new year they will no longer be selling to retailers for nail art and things like that. But I also use a lot of Preciosa, which some of these probably are, and I love them just as much, so we're still good there. They're going in the lamp to cure for 60 seconds, and this is my Crystal Christmas Wonderland design finished. And on the thumb I've done a little bit of everything with the acrylic, the glitter and the Mylar. And I absolutely loved how this design turned out. I had an idea months ago using these leaves, and this glitter from the advent calendar was just perfect for it. So I do hope you have enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to click subscribe. Check out the description box for product links, details, all that jazz, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye! Mwah!